In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add text to the guest cottage. So we're going to do two different types of text here. We have room labels and we have door labels. So two different types of text that we're going to use, and I'll show you the benefits of each one of those. So the first thing we need to do is set our text layer current. So close rods was the last thing I did. We'll change it from close rods, pull down that arrow, and we'll set the text current. And we are going to use both single line and multi-line text for the two different types of text that we have. So I'm still on the home ribbon. Under the annotation panel, I can pull this down and I have a choice between multi-line text or single line text. The first thing I'm going to do is go with single line text. The reason I want to start with single line text, that is just your really basic text. It's just super basic. It's just going to ask me for the height. It's going to ask me where I want to start it, and then I can just start typing. I'll show you a really good benefit to this one though. So the text height for the room names, it tells me is going to be a height of 6. So we're going to click anywhere to start. Then it wants the height. I'll type in 6, enter. I don't want to rotate it, so I'll leave it at 0, press enter. Make sure that you have your caps lock on. We always use all caps when we type. And we're going to type in living, sleeping. The cool thing about, there's no formatting or anything fancy that we can do with single line text, but the cool thing about it is, check it out, I can just, in the middle of that, I can click up into my closet and start typing there. I can click into my bathroom and start typing there. When I'm done with the text command, I'm going to press enter twice. The first enter thinks I'm going to go to a new line of text. I don't need to, so I'll press enter one more time. So with single line text, I can't do anything fancy. I can't do bullets and numbers and underline and bold or anything like that. It's really basic text, which is all I've got here. But the nice thing is I can just click everywhere I need to go and I don't have to keep restarting the text command. Now I'm going to pull this down and I'm going to do multi-line text for my door sizes. Now the text type for the door sizes is going to be 4 inches. So I'll start multi-line text. I'm going to zoom into my door here. And the thing with multi-line text, you have to draw a window, and this window is where your text is going to be. So I'm going to draw a little window here. And wait for it, text editor pops up. So we get a brand new ribbon up here. This is our text editor. We only get this when we're editing multi-line text or editing text that can do fancy things like, look, we've got bullets and all kinds of cool stuff. So instead of being 6 inches, I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to type in 4. I'm going to press enter to just make sure that it recognizes my text needs to be 4 inches before I start typing. And I am going to type in 3 and 0. I'm going to highlight the 0. So I'm just holding my left mouse button and just holding it down over the 0 as I slide it across. Highlight that 0 and we're going to superscript. So we're going to get that 0 to come up here and just be tiny and up above. We're going to close the text editor and that looks good. I can do the move command if I don't really want it over here. Move, select the object, press enter, just grab it, click here, just kind of center it in that doorway somewhere. And that's it. We're going to keep doing that. We've got 2 more doors to do. So again, we're going to do multi-line text, draw a little window. Oh, I thought it was going to remember. I said it would remember and it didn't. So we're going to make it 4 inches. Press enter. And we're going to type in, this is a 2 foot, so a 2 and a 0. We're going to select that window, or the 0, and I'm going to superscript. Close the text editor. Looks good. Again, you can do the move command and place it where you want to place it. Select the objects, press enter, grab it, and just click where, oops, it went right back to the same spot. My OSnap took over. Move, select my text, press enter, happens to the best of us. There we go. Just make sure your OSnap doesn't try to take you right back there. Now, I don't want to have to go through this again. This is another 2 foot door here, so I may as well just copy, take this. Once I click on it to select it, I'll press enter and just wherever for a base point and click here. Press enter to end the copy command. And it looks good. I've got my notes in here. I've got my windows, closet. I am almost done with this project. The next thing we need to do is window markers. Let's go ahead and do those now. So we'll do the window markers, and it says to create a window marker by drawing a circle that's 9 inches in diameter, and then we're going to put single line text inside of it to say A or B, marking these windows, and that text is going to be 4 inches tall. So I'm going to do a circle. Make sure you're choosing the diameter option for that circle. And I'm going to zoom in here. We'll just kind of, you can draw it off to the side anywhere, but the diameter needs to be 9 inches. If yours does not look this size, you might have accidentally done it at a radius of 9 inches, so be careful about that. Now we are going to use single line text. Before we start the single line text command though, look, we have an option down at the command line to justify. I can type J, enter, because J is the capital letter down there, or I can do the down arrow on my keyboard. Press enter. And I want to do MC. MC does middle center, so that will put my text exactly in the middle, exactly in the center of that circle. So MC. Now I'm going to hover next to the edge of the circle, and I've got my center O snap one, so I can see the center here. Now it wants to know the height. It told me that the height needs to be 4 inches, so I'll type 4, enter. I don't want to rotate it, so I'll press enter right here. And I'll just type in, again, all caps. I'll type in B, press enter, press enter. You enter twice to get out of the single line text command. All right, and I'm going to move that text into place. I'm going to select this text, press enter, and click on that bottom quadrant. I have my quadrant O snap on, and I'm going to snap to the midpoint right here. I like to move it out. Once I've got it centered exactly where I need it, I'm going to do the move command one more time. Select that window marker anywhere for a base point. Honestly, you could even choose out here for the base point. It doesn't really matter. Make sure your ortho's on. I want to make sure that my move is perfectly straight, perfectly vertical. So I'm going to type F8 on my keyboard. That turns on my ortho. And I'm going to move it out a distance of 2. That looks good. Now I'm going to do the copy command and select this, press enter. I'm going to copy it from the quadrant on the right hand side, and I'm going to snap it to the midpoint. Press enter. A couple of things I need to do. This is not a B size window, this is an A size window, so change that to A. I changed it by double clicking on it, typed A, and then I clicked out of it, and then I press escape. You could probably press enter at that point too. I'll do the move command. Just moving it. I like them to be perfectly centered, but then I like to move it away. Again, make sure your ortho is still on. I'm going to move it 2 inches out. I'm going to do one more copy command. Select all of it. Press enter. Pick it up by that top quadrant. And this time, I'm going to snap to the midpoint here, midpoint here, midpoint here, press enter. I don't have to change the text. These are all A-size windows as well, so I'm going to do the move command. Select all of these windows. I'm doing the green selection window this time, so I just have to make sure I get all the circles and text in it. Press enter. Anywhere for a base point. Let's pull it down, type in 2, press enter. Looking good. I've got all the text that I need in here, and yeah, that's it. So now I just need to hatch the walls. We'll do that in the next step.